Welcome back to Something for That Ass podcast.
I'm Brooklyn.
And I'm Lynn Love. And we are your hosts.
And we got a new addition to our family.
Because she knows this is my favorite animal. And she got it in dedication for me.
Well, the true story is...
we found a yellow shirt to match.
That's true. We did. We want to take a family picture. Please. But we were shopping because we're going to Japan. Basically, we're leaving tonight. And
we're recording early so that we stay consistent and always drop on a Wednesday. And if you know us, you know that.
Exactly.
Because we do like to travel. We save up travel. And we always make sure that
the podcast gets done. So even if we were gone for like a month, we would pre-record. But we're only going to be gone for a week. And we're really excited. And today's episode's a little random just because we wouldn't even be recording for another week. And usually it's like when a topic comes up, it just comes to us, right? Like something happens and then we're like, okay, let's talk about it. This, like, we're recording back to back, so nothing much has happened. I might be lying. But I had to save like the real tea for a later date because then I'd be telling on myself and like it's just so much. But she has like a bunch of random notes in her phone. And today, like for our mukbang, usually we do like a theme. Right now, our theme is grilled cheese. If you guys don't watch our mukbangs, go watch them because they're actually way funnier than the podcast. The podcast is more just us yelling at you. The mukbang is more comedy show.
Faded foods.
Yeah, because we stay sober on this.
Yeah, believe it or not, I know you guys like to say, wow, you've done too many drugs. But like
maybe in my past, but right now, I'm sober. And then, so I was like, oh, for the mukbang, since we have food, we should, and it's going to go bad, just make whatever's in the fridge and we'll just have like a random mukbang. So she's like, okay. And then we're like, okay, what are we going to talk about? And she was telling me she had a bunch of random notes in her phone. So I was like, okay, read me some of them. Oh, they were random. And I was like, okay, let's just talk about that because why the fuck not?
Do you remember my first one?
Yeah. Do you want to start with like that golden star of a...
So my first one is really short, simple, not so sweet. It just said, when men purse their lips. And
that was all it said. When men purse their lips. So you guys don't know what purse means? It's like... It's
not quite a kissy face or duck lips. It's like you're pushing your lips forward to make them look bigger. And you're like sometimes furrowing your eyebrows to kind of give more of a model-esque look. And
you guys are not models.
I have no problem with a gay man doing that at all. Like, go off, queen. But if you are claiming to be straight, which I've seen it, they claim to be straight and then they purse their lips. And I just had to get off my chest in my notes app. And I guess it was just a singular line that was enough to get it off my chest. For the time being.
Yeah.
But I just personally don't like it. I am a hypocrite with some things, and that is one of them. I think it's fine for a girl to do it. I don't really feel like that's fine for a man to do it. I saw a man...
Well, it's definitely okay for a girl to do it.
Yeah, no.
But for a man, no.
Yeah, really I'm saying I'm a hypocrite.
But why is that hypocritical? Like something
because a woman can do it, but a man can't. Like, that's
but some things like there are gender rules in life, and that's one of them.
Oh, okay.
So it's not.
So I'm not a hypocrite.
No, it's literally law.
Tell me if I'm a hypocrite with this.
Okay.
Another thing that could be considered hypocritical is allegedly. I personally don't want to make it a goal in life to be a man's piece, but I want him to make it a goal in his life to be my piece. I want him to look at me and be like, holy shit, I need to make her happy. I need to make her life effortlessly stress-free. I am going to grind. I am going to look after her. And I am going to put a smile on her face. That's just what he does when he sees me. But me, on the other hand, I can promise to keep the relationship spicy and alive And it won't provide much peace in that process, but you're going to be able to maneuver, handle it, because you're meant for me, and you're going to enjoy it. So is that hypocritical? You might think that is hypocritical, but I just think it's fair because I'm telling you straight up. You guys want peace, you're asking for it, I'm declining. I want peace, I'm asking for it, and if you're declining, then move along because someone is absolutely going to love it here. And there's already people begging to be in your spot. But lucky for you, I'm a little too exclusive to give everyone a chance.
I don't think that's hypocritical.
Okay, so today's episode's about gender roles. I'm just kidding. Don't fucking purse your lips or ask for peace, motherfucker.
I just kind of feel like, I had a man tell me, like, you always start with, I just feel, I just think. He's like, do you ever just go out based off of logic? I'm like, isn't that your fucking job? Like, what the fuck? Like,
no, literally. And if you actually knew Boo, you knew she's one of the most logical people ever.
No.
Well, she's one of the most logical people I know.
No, like, not like N-O, like K-N-O-W.
Oh.
Because you said you would knew Boo. I'm not their new boo. You said if you knew...
You could make her your new boo if you take her to Nobu.
Actually, that's false.
I just wanted to say it though. You have to take her to a really good vegan restaurant that's a hole in the wall and do your fucking research and then buy her something pink. And it could be flowers or it could be a gift or both.
Or it could be a pink G-Wagon.
Oh my god, you're welcome. Oh my god, I just cracked the code. Oh my god. I just told you guys.
That's real.
How would someone win me over?
Ooh. Okay. Wait, Mama, can you actually do me a favor? Can you move this a little bit more centered? Yes. Because I like it to be in my face. Bam. Bright. Yeah. Yeah.
I turn into a ghost if that happens.
And then turn it this way a little bit. This one. Yeah, just turn it more straight towards me. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, how would someone win you over? I feel like someone... I don't want to tell them. I don't know how to get the code.
I just gave your code.
I just kind of feel like with you really like words affirmations. I don't think that's good.
Okay, other than that.
Okay. No, because I want to just say this. One time somebody did something really, really fucked up, right? A man, obviously. Who else?
I'm scared.
No, I'm talking about me. Because you were like, oh, I can understand, like, if you're going to, like, go, oh, Lord. Okay.
I thought that was me.
No, it was me. But it was Nana.
Oh,
Hi, Nana, if you're watching this.
Hi, Nana. Nana.
Sorry. Get
Nana.
off.
No, you could stay.
But I'm sorry.
She probably is like, I have better things to do with my time. And I respect that because we're hooligans.
True. But I think... Oh, no, because one time somebody did something to me that was very, very wrong. And I was like, I'm done, blah, blah. Basically, long story short, they wrote me like a book, a literal book.
Oh,
and then she's like, I could understand, like, if you forgive this person. And it was a very nice book. It really was. Just like saying how perfect I was.
Well, I said that because
it was consistently though. They were like bringing flowers every day. Like it was. I'm begging for you.
Right.
I love that.
Like some guys will just. Maybe if they do feel sorry, they'll just act like they're cool off of you so that you can either chase them or feel like you weren't important in their lives when deep down they really miss you and they're not man enough to get on their knees and beg. I think it's so manly for a man to get on his knees and beg.
I love that.
So if he is begging and he is coming through with a sincere apology and gifts to try to make it up. You can't make it up, but if you're trying, I can't judge if you give him another chance. I personally can't. I can't judge someone giving someone a chance that's showing effort.
Right. And I'm sure he'll be pleased to hear that when he watches this. But
he's like,
I think
get on my knees next time. Noted.
I think for you, it's like when I think if a man was trying to win you over that you would be really wow and pizzowed, it would be a picnic with a lot of snacks and food. Like definitely a meal plus snacks, not just one or the other. And then a poem.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
I can't even lie. I was won over when I actually fell in love because, you know, Lena Love is full of love. And I've had a couple lovers in my life. But when I actually was in love, I was won over with breakfast burritos, drawings, and letters. That's what won me over as a teenage Lena. So you'd kind of be bringing me back to my childhood, I guess.
Yeah, I think you're definitely
in a better way
getting more material girl.
Yeah,
which I think is
better,
is good because
to
be realistic, and it's not about the pricing. I just feel like if a man,
it's about investment.
It's about investment, exactly. Yeah. And it's like a picnic and stuff. It's very cute, and I definitely would love to do that with someone I love. But it's like, oh, if a man just knows it takes a picnic and a poem, like that's under $100, and I'm gonna need you to step a little bit more if you want me. You know what I mean?
And
you could do a good.
It's about the effort. It's about the effort that you put into it.
Mm-hmm.
It's thoughtful.
Mm-hmm.
Because Lauren London was talking about, there's an old interview and she was saying what her dream date is, and she's basically saying you could be in the nicest place ever, but the company you keep really matters. So you could be doing really luxurious things, but it just doesn't hit. And then you do something like a picnic or a hole-in-the-wall restaurant, or you do something wholesome and you're just having the best time of your life, way more than an expensive place. But I think at the same time, because we are adults, you're gonna have to invest in me. You're gonna have to invest in me. And a lot of people are under the impression, because I don't really wear designer or into cliche luxurious items, that I might be an inexpensive girl to have. But baby, that is not true, because I like to have organic produce. I like to buy from small businesses, independent businesses. I really love my self-care items. I love to create. I love to travel. I love fun experiences. I love to eat a lot of good food. There's a lot of things I like to do in life that is not cheap. So you can't come around here thinking that, oh, she doesn't drive a Mercedes-Benz or wear Gucci, Prada. She's gonna be easy catch and she's gonna be inexpensive. You got it wrong.
Yeah.
So please don't
come around flat pockets, please.
Don't think. And if you have flat pockets, look at me and be like, you know what? I need a fucking hustle. That's a queen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And
I can figure it out. I believe in you.
Yeah. I definitely, I've been with men that are willing to spend money, but I just think a lot of men that just lead with money are really corny, because they think it makes up for everything else. Like, they think they don't have to give you time. They think they don't have to have integrity. They think that they could just buy you off. And it's like, realistically, you buying me stuff is just extra. It's not what I need from you. You know what I mean? If I have a man around, I need him to be a man with integrity. I need him to be a man of his word. I need him to show up for me in ways that money can't pay off, you know? So, but yeah, definitely don't come around here broke. I'm not instructing you to do that, but, you know, act like you have some fucking sense. Don't think you're gonna buy your way to my heart. It just doesn't work like that. You can't buy anybody's heart, you know? They either like you or they don't.
Right.
It helps, but it's not gonna, it could die out very fast.
Yeah, it's just a cherry on top. And what she's talking about, it really does give, I'm overcompensating because I'm lacking in other areas. But the areas you're lacking in are too important to look over. So you might think you're winning her over, but she's still paying attention to the signs. And yeah, I mean, luxurious items and luxurious treatment is nice. It's nice, but it's not everything. And there's experiences and items that could be more meaningful than what you think would be. Just because you're into it doesn't mean that's gonna win her over. You got the key to Pandora's box and the gushy gush. That's not what it means.
Not the gushy gush.
I don't know, that just came out. But speaking of dating,
ew.
Right. We're both like being open and stuff, but it's hard out here. Yeah. Okay. So if a man takes interest in you, if a man is genuinely interested in, okay. How you can tell if a man is genuinely interested in you is he won't let too much time go by between the time of him meeting you and him planning a date. He knows that time is money and he can't be playing around with either one of those. And if he really values you and wants to get to know you and wants you in his life, he will be trying to see you and making plans effective immediately. If he's not, he's probably putting you on a back burner to save for later, or you're not my dream girl, you're cool, but I'm going to apply my pressure somewhere else. So I feel like that's a really good determining factor to see if a man is really interested in seriously dating you or not. He could be nervous. He could be unequipped. There's other possibilities, but you're going to figure it out. Because if there's a will, there's a way. And if you have that will for that woman to be in your life, you're gonna find a way to make it happen. And what was I gonna say? Of course I blank out.
That's so real though.
When I'm spinning at a good ending. Rawr. Like K1 said, she said, make your mark because I'm high in demand. So how are you going to want to date me, someone who's in high demand, and you're not trying to make your mark or see me? And I might put you on the back burner because I'm busy, but I need to at least see that you're willing and you're trying. And I'll communicate with you, of course. But yeah, because in the past I was more forgiving. Oh, we met. We think each other is cool. We think each other is cute. Let time go by. Might go on a date at a later point. That's actually what happened when I told you guys about the black truck date. We had met and I knew that man was really busy and we had good chemistry right off the bat, but I was impressed to see him. He was impressed to see me, but then he just kind of hit me up like, I want to take you out, and then I agreed to it. And now I feel like, okay, I learned from that. I don't regret the experience. I really enjoyed his company, thought he was a cool guy until he made a mistake that, not that I won't forgive him, but I'm just cool on dating him again. He has tried to take me out again, but it just reminded me like, okay, yeah, I did think he was handsome. I did think we had chemistry, but you didn't really act fast enough. So the value is kind of placed early on. You can kind of tell. So now I make a little mental note, because if a man's talking right away like, oh, I'd like to take you out, you know, I'm trying to find the best suitors for that. So I might say yes, I might say no. But
yeah, I just like.
But if I see that you're wanting to, then I'm like, okay, I might do it. And
yeah, and I feel like after a certain amount of time, you should just cancel them out, because it's like, the fuck, you thought we were gonna just be available. Like,
right.
You know what I mean? Like
no. You think you're going to put me on a back burner? This is not how that goes.
No. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what kind of, I was speaking on a picnic date. I was supposed to go out with a guy it was like a few months ago actually now. And then I had to cancel. And then he was kind of butthurt that I canceled. But if I had to cancel, I had to cancel. It is what it is. And we are both busy individuals. But I just feel like the time kind of was like took too long to reschedule. And then he brought up doing a picnic. I'm like, oh, that's cute. But he kind of pissed me off. And I was kind of like, he might just only be good looking. And I mean, he has a good job. I will say he has a good job. I'm not trying to shit on him. But I'm like, if I can verbalize that out loud, that this man, the best thing about him is that he's good looking, that's just not a man for me. Because cute don't cut it. Like, a lot of men are good looking, and a lot of women, they go just based off of how a man looks. A man is going to grow old, and then what? Everyone gets old, looks fade. Like, looks at the end of the day, yeah, you want to be attracted to the person you're with, but you shouldn't make that the main focus or the reason why you're going out with someone. And men are very much at fault for doing that, because a lot of men, they'll care absolutely nothing about, or they'll have absolutely no care about like anything else that the woman has going on except why can I not talk? Except for how she looks. And then, you know, they end up messing around for a couple months, couple years, whatever it is. And you're wasting your time, you're wasting that person's time, and a relationship is never going to thrive off of pure lust at the end of the day. So, decided to disregard that. But I was telling my best friend, I was like, because the guy I was going to go out with, I kind of like checked him, I guess, but in how I feel like I kept it cute, I kept it short, I kept it respectful. He kind of expressed differently that he thought that I came at him too hard. Like, he basically told me, you know, you're a really beautiful girl, but the way you speak isn't feminine. And I was like, oh, you're a fucking bitch, you know? In my mind, though, I didn't say that to him. So I was telling my best friend, I'm like, okay, telling her the story. And I'm like, yeah, he's a fucking pussy. And then I told her, I was like, you know, I want a strong man. And my best friend told me, you don't want a strong man. You want a submissive man. And I was like, okay, well, I kind of like called you to vent. I didn't really call you for you to clock my tea. But I will say, as I've gone older and more in tune with myself and what I want out of life, I do want a submissive man. Like, I want the man, you know, to be manly, and I want him to take charge. But when I speak, I want him to listen, and I want him to respect what I'm saying, and I want him to be a little scared of me, and I want him to, you know, just be willing to do whatever it takes to make me happy. So yes, I absolutely do want a submissive man. I don't think there's anything wrong with submissive men. I think those are actually the sexiest, most like, what's the word I want? Most intriguing men there are out there. Why would I want a man that doesn't listen to me? Why would I want a man that's not a little scared of me or afraid of me? You should be a little fearful when I come around. You should sit up straight, you know, button up your shirt.
Obey orders.
Right. So
that's so real.
Yeah.
And simultaneously, I also really want a submissive man. I find it very sexy for a man to want to cater to my needs. And yeah, it's just like, that's hot because a man on the opposing side of the spectrum could treat you like you're not pressure and not really pay attention to detail. And a submissive man, just genuinely, his goal is just to make you happy and make you feel pleasured. And I think women are here to be pleased and men are here to work, so it works out really well. And I want my man to be oh my god, I almost said possessive. I want my man to be submissive, but I want a man that looks scary. At the same time, I want a man that looks scary because with a lot of studies coming out and just paying attention to family dynamics and society, I could tell that predators and weirdos know who to go after, and they could technically go for anybody, so it's not completely securing my position, but it helps. They know what families to go after, either the father isn't present or whatever the case is. They think they could mess with your seed, your child, your family, and I need my man to look scary, not in a sense of causing me harm, but I need him to look scary in a sense of, you're going to protect this family, and other men know not to mess with your woman or your seed. They could just smell it off of you that you don't play like that. And it's not one look fits all. You could be any race. You could really look any way. It's more about a protective energy that I'm talking about. And I really find that attractive in a man. I find it so unattractive when a man is not protective or wanting to provide, basically, in any way. It's just like, I might as well scissor a girl.
Mm-hmm.
That is like, I might as well be with a girl because you're just emotional. I'm trying to sort through and be the logical person. No, I need my man to be the protective. I need my man to be the logic. Like,
be the man.
And another thing I have to work on, because obviously our last episode talking about Gloria, I had a lot of reflection with that circumstance coming up, and something that I've been attracted to for a very long time, and I still am, but I've gotten better at it, is possessiveness.
Mm-hmm.
I am so attracted to a man wanting to be possessive of me, but I have to remind myself that they don't have the truest intentions, and they don't mean what they say on top of that. So even if they might just be saying it because it sounds good, and if they do mean what they say, it's not the purest intention, because you might be possessive of me because you don't want to share me with anyone else, but you're totally okay with sharing yourself with everyone else. And that is a hypocritical point that I cannot deal with. But yeah, I just really had to check myself. I just wanted to say that because I feel like, oh, if you're not going crazy over me or you're not trying to be possessive, then you don't give a fuck about me. But women are meant to be free, and in a healthy relationship you have to be your own person and respect each other's boundaries and free time and girl time, boy time, family time. You have to really respect that. I think there could be a healthy amount of possessiveness, but it shouldn't be this giant big negative cloud energy, just like a little playful like amount.
I think protectiveness, because possessiveness, there's no love in being possessive. Okay.
Yeah,
because possessive is like the complete opposite of love, you know.
I know. When she said that, I was like, oh,
because nothing.
I could see that though.
You're gonna always want, if you truly love someone, you're gonna want the best for them regardless, and that just might not be you in the equation. I think protectiveness over, like, you want to, obviously you're gonna fight for what you love and what you stand for, and if that's your woman, that's gonna show. But possessiveness is like the worst type of trait, you know, because I don't even really like, I mean, I'm not like too jealous of a person, just period. I'm not, but obviously I've had my moments, but I'm not like someone that
hyperfixates.
Yeah, I'm not like hyperfixated on like worrying if, like, when I was in a relationship, and I will give him props, he made me feel very secure in that sense. I think that's very important too. If you're in a relationship with someone, you just got to be with someone that makes you feel secure, because then you won't feel the need to be like possessive. You know what I mean? You're just like, oh, okay, this person.
Absolutely.
If you're with a man that's not making you feel secure, you're going to be insecure, right? That's just that's obviously simple math. That's obviously what the opposite of it would be. But yeah, possessive men have definitely ill intent. Yeah. And they are not it's not for the right reason. They just, it's not good. but I agree with the manly man. My attraction is to a man that looks very manly, but submissive men for the win. If you're not going to submit to me, we really don't have any business talking, because why would you not want to submit to me? I want to submit to you, but you got to make me want to do that.
Yeah, like, let's submit to each other. That's so romantic.
Right.
Because especially in this generation, with everything moving so fast and hookup culture being at an all-time high, everyone just wants to move cold. Everyone wants to move like everyone's easily replaceable. It's just so shallow. It's so shallow in these times right now. And it's so beautiful and rare. When you find a connection that is deep and you can submit to one another. And I understand why people don't want to do it, because it's scary. You're kind of surrendering yourself to get hurt. And you're surrendering yourself to experience a large amount of different possibilities, and you don't have control over the possibilities. So I understand why people want to act cool, too cool for school. And we all have to go through different phases in life. I just hope for you that it's just a phase and that you don't stay like that forever. Because I've met some people, and granted, I don't know how they were in their youth, but I can only imagine. To me, it's like you're an older fella and you're still shallow. You still haven't grown up. You still might never, ever experience genuine love, because the way your mentality is and your lack of wanting to grow. And we're just talking about it like, oh, when you're 18, you feel like you know everything. You're all grown. But the older you get, low key, you feel more youthful, and you realize you don't know shit. You really don't know shit. And how you're living your life is that you just keep on learning. So if you stop learning and you're closing yourself off, you're gonna have a very boring life, honestly.
No, yeah. The dating pool absolutely has piss in it. And a lot of people, they're looking for love, but they're at war with themselves. I truly believe you do have to get right with yourself before you find the right partner. And a lot of people want to skip that step. And that's why you see men that are 40 plus in the club still trying to pick up women. Like, why are you here? This is so sad, actually, to see, to be grown as hell and you are out every night searching for love, and it probably was right in front of you the whole time, and you just overlooked it because you always think there's something better out there, and you're like in this constant need to be like to upkeep with like younger generations and to be cool. And it's like, you're cool already past. The cool for your age group would have been to be a good father, a good husband, and to be a man that protects and provides. You missed that mark, right? So now maybe you can do like a redemption and try to, make amends with the people you've hurt. But you're at the club looking crazy. You have holes in your jeans. You have a big chain on and nothing in your savings account. Nothing to really show for anything other than, you're paying attention to what the younger guys are wearing these days, right? So that's extremely embarrassing. And I hate to see it. Same thing for women. I will say there's an issue, right, with women believing that they get men because men want to have sex with them. Men, unfortunately, want to have sex with just about anyone that will let them have sex with them. So a man wanting to have sex with you does not mean you get men or you have a roster full of options, right? It just means that you are making yourself available to men that want to have sex with you. And that's really as far as it goes. And I know I sound like a bitch when I say that. I don't know how to say it.
There's not really a nice way to say it. There's a difference between being, a highly desired woman and a highly accessible woman.
Oh, 100%.
And you might confuse yourself for being a highly desired woman because you have a lot of people seeking your attention, but they're going to seek a lot of attention from anything, even a cockroach. Mm-hmm. They're desperate. They don't love themselves. Mm-hmm. They're spreading themselves thin because they're not full inside. When you really love yourself, you're going to be very picky who you give yourself to, and or only give yourself to about one person at a time. Because just trying to get at everybody being super thirsty,
such a turn off.
It's a turn off, and you're not highly desired because there's some rodents and roaches in your DMs.
Right.
And if you're on dating apps, of course, it's even at a higher level, because what is the whole point of a dating app? To mingle. So they're going to try to mingle with you. You're really confused, baby. Like, it's okay, though. You just need to realize that and
do better.
Do better.
And don't brag on a man trying to fuck you. That is not a flex.
You can be highly desired. You can, but you got to buckle up a little bit and say no more.
Yeah, and if you're bragging on a man wanting to fuck you, you actually have to reevaluate your whole life, because the only thing that you should be flexing is if a man is spending a lot of money on you without you having to have sex with them. Now that's a flex. Now we're a listening coach, right? Mm-hmm. Now I'm paying attention. You're just bragging on getting fucked. What? I can step outside and, talk to people that are trying to talk to me and be in the same unfortunate predicament as you.
You could get bent over. Like, you could step as a woman. And hey, I'm not trying to be a woman hater when I say this, but as a woman, you could look anyway, right? You could look anyway. We've known women with high body counts that, okay, I'm not even going to go there, but you could look anyway as a woman. You step outside, it wouldn't even take you 20 minutes to get bent over, if that's what you really want. But you should want more for yourself. It is way too easily accessible. These men are hunting after you. Us women, we could literally just receive it anytime. But you should want more than just some rando, some thirsty ass motherfucker that is trying to get with everybody. Mm-hmm. You're on the list, or you were just convenient.
Right. Yeah, a lot of men, unfortunately, are dealing with you, and you're dealing with them because you've made yourself accessible and convenient to them. It's nothing more, it's nothing less. A man, I said it before and I'll say it again, a man will deal with you forever if you allow them to. And that kind of brings me to my next point. This is my last point I really have to say, because I'm low-key hot as shit and I need to smoke some weed and eat some food. Yeah, you can put it on. Marbar saw it too. He's like, what the fuck? Y'all fucking got me in a fucking sauna. Like, yeah. This bitch. But I just want to say this. This is just like my last word of advice to you ladies, because I think there's just honestly a lot of confusion. And I understand why it would be easy to be confused, especially if you have a lot of women around you that's on the same type of bullshit. But as someone that's very strict, I'm here to say a lot of men are too pussy to end things with you, right? Like, a lot of men won't end things with their woman because they don't want to seem like the bad guy. They don't want to seem like, or they don't want to seem like the bad guy, and they don't want to lose access, because if they're the one to cut you off, you might have to stand on business if you're strong like that. But if they do enough fucked up shit to where you can't take it anymore, then you would have to be the one to lead them. And that's a lot of guys' evil master plan, right? Like, they will drag you through the mud in hopes that you will leave them, because they don't have it in them to leave you, because they want that access still. If you break up with them, then it's like, okay, I'm going to try to come around, win her back, stroke her ego, maybe bring her some flowers, make her feel special. And then you'll allow them back in depending on how firm your boundaries are, right? But if they leave you, a lot of women, I would say, are more so stern and they would be like, okay, no, you chose to, be outside. You chose to, see what the single life is about. Stand on that. So, don't get confused as to why a man's treating you like shit. If a man's treating you like shit, it's because he wants you to leave him. He's scared to pull the trigger. He wants you to leave him. So leave. Do yourself a favor. Do him a favor. And, let him find his dream girl. You find a guy that's actually going to treat you right. And, that's all I really have to say.
Yeah, and even if he does meet his dream girl because he's a piece of shit, she probably won't want anything to do with him. Let's be real.
Yeah, that's actually a good ending. That's actually a better ending than I had. Yeah, add that in. That was real. Make it into a reel.
Yeah. Because y'all need to hear that. Mm-hmm. Stop wearing your little head. It's okay.
It's literally okay.
It's going to be okay. You only think that man is so amazing because you have those rose-tinted goggles on. I promise you, not every woman is looking at him like that. And if they are, it's because they saw you next to him. And they're like, damn, what's up with him? He got her. So actually, you're the reason that he has a higher ego now. And he's going to shoot a shot as his dream girl. And she's going to be like, what? Who made you think you had a chance? And it was you. You made him think he would have a chance. But she won't even want him. So don't worry.
Love you guys. We're going to smoke weed and go eat random food on our mukbang. Actually, it's not random. It's actually a healthy, delicious, beautiful meal made by my Lenny Pooh Bear. Bye.
Bye.